fans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman. Getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Second down, Winston. Flushed out right. And an alley to run. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
First down, Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Larson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Jameis now on first down. And a catch right side by Evans. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Time running out here on the play clock. Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Give. This is Kamara. And some space here. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard. 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. And the play clock's running down. Throwing, Bridgewater. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Second down and 4. Jameis to throw it. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Alex Okafor in there to get him for a loss of 5. On third down, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. Charles, that's an important third down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on fourth down, that's big for the defense.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard at the 23. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Play clock winding down. Kamara. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for his big target, Brandon Marshall. And it's 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He finds Coleman. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Let's go.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The tight end in motion right. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it, stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Kamara. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that'll make it 13-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
5 yards on the pickup. Now a play fake here on first down. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 1st and 10, Winston escaping the pressure right. A big hit. Knocked out sideways. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Over the middle, complete. It's Perkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now a handoff here to his running back. Room to run inside the 40. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Play fake. Winston. Flushed out right. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Now Jameis on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Off the play fake, Winston. Being chased out left. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So now they'll try the end around. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run. Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Play fake. Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were looking for Marshall that time, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
They go play action. Bridgewater. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Second down here after the incomplete pass. And the D looking like they may blitz. On second down, Kamara. And he'll power his way up near the 25. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Nice job there defensively on third down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
The Saints on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go. Tiger!
In motion left goes a tight end.
Check.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So that one will be accepted. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They run it again with Kamara. And he's got some space here. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Bridgewater on first down. Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Going deep here for Taylor. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. A give to Kamara running right. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. So the D-line's going to spread out. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Second down, Bridgewater. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half.
And
now they'll run it here off tackle. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Winston. A look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. A first down throw for Winston. Steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tyler Davison in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Bucs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Winston. Buying time to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brandon Marshall in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
A 10th carry for Kamara. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. From the gun, Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. Coleman has it here right side. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. Bridgewater to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. They go play action. Winston escaping the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin. That'll bring up second down. A second down throw for Winston. And this one is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Forced out to his left. They find some open field here. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Thomas, the man in motion left. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now Thomas will come in motion right. Here's Bridgewater. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any...
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Point after here coming up. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Second down, Winston. Flush to his right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Man, just couldn't hang on to the slant. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Ken Crawley. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Let's go.
Here's Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like it felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing him.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Oh, Jameis Winston still down. Must have been shaken up there on the last play. Let's hope he's okay. So off goes the franchise and Winston. And they'll turn things over here to the backup to see if he can dig him out of this hole. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And how about this? It's the other Brandon Marshall that picks it off. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup here as he'll get up to about the 22-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Alex Anzalone in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Operating from the gun, Kent. And that is incomplete. right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyler Davison in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here.
I would say they went 3-and-out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3-and-out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1-and-out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints add on to their lead. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Green 39. 10. Under 10. 10. No. Check. Patriot.
Throwing on 1st down. Kent, now a desperation throw deep down into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Down to a knee goes Bridgewater, and that ought to do it. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Saints, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.